This program is brought to you by generous donations from the community and sponsored by Stifel Financial.
Good evening. I'm Jenna, your host for tonight's edition of Nevada County Now. This year is the 175th anniversary of Nevada City's first gold mine, Gold Tunnel. Located on the north side of Deer Creek, the mine solidified Nevada City's position as an important mining town in California. The reputation this mine has helped create would later make us a major contender to become the capital of California. Today, most of the mines are not in operation, but there are plenty of events that honor the rich mining history we have here in Nevada County. The Grass Valley Pasty Toss in March and the Empire Mines Picnic in August are just a few. Don't go away, we'll take a short sponsor break and be right back.
Thank you to Stifel Financial, proudly helping individuals pursue financial goals, businesses and organizations raise and protect capital, and communities offer a higher quality of life. To learn more, visit www.stifel.com.
A small town with rich history is bringing its past to life in a creative and captivating way. The Colfax Shadow Mural Tour offers locals and visitors an opportunity to explore the city's vibrant heritage through a series of stunning outdoor artworks. The shadow murals are strategically painted on walls throughout downtown Colfax, depicting scenes from the town's history, including its role as a key stop along the Transcontinental Railroad. Each mural is designed to blend seamlessly with the environment, giving the impression of shadows cast by the town's structures. The self-guided tour allows participants to discover these hidden gems at their own pace. Each mural is accompanied by a plaque explaining its historical significance, offering a unique blend of art and education. QR codes on the plaques provide additional content, including audio narrations and videos about Colfax's history. The Colfax Shadow Mural Tour is free and open year-round. Maps of the mural locations are available at Colfax City Hall, the Colfax Historical Society, and online at colfax-ca.gov. Starting January 7th, children ages 0 to 5 in Grass Valley can experience the joy of music through the new Music for the Littles program. The class offers singing, dancing, and rhythm play to support social, emotional, and language development. The class takes place on the first and third Tuesday of every month from 9:30 to 10 a.m. at Sierra Nevada Children's Services at 420 Sierra College Drive, Suite 100, Grass Valley, California. With limited space for just 10 children per session, early registration is encouraged. Parents can register by emailing amber.m@sns.org or calling 530-272-8866. Don't miss this exciting opportunity to play, dance, and learn while fostering your child's love of music. Every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., the Grass Valley Library hosts Literary Yarns, a relaxing morning of knitting, crocheting, and creative fun with yarn. Don't miss this interesting mix of books and yarn on January 11th. Join people around the globe on Saturday, January 18th at 2 p.m. for the Solidarity March, starting at the Robinson Plaza, 132 Main Street, Nevada City. The group leading the movement is the organization's People's March. They are working with multiple different groups that represent both political and social rights movements, with their slogan being, "We're not going backward." Their goal being to both educate citizens and stand against harmful or outdated beliefs. So grab your family and friends and come out for a peaceful way to show solidarity. Local brewery Brewhouse is partnering with the Nevada City-based dog rescue, Fighting for Paws, to host an adoption event at 300 Spring Street in Nevada City. This event will be held from 12 to 4 p.m. on Saturday, January 25th. The event will host a raffle and a fundraiser. The money raised from both will go to supporting Fighting for Paws in their mission to give every dog the fighting chance they deserve. Well, folks, thank you for watching this edition of Nevada County Now. If you would like to help contribute, write stories, appear on a show, or even become a host, please check out the details at our website, nevadacountymedia.org/ncn. This program is local news and information brought to you by locals. Remember to stay safe, take care of each other, and get out there and explore all this community has to offer. But don't leave just yet. Up next, we'll be focusing on the best local plays and performances of 2024 in Nevada County with Marion.
Hi, this is Marion, back with another edition of Theater in Nevada County. Today, I'll do a quick Best of 2024. It was hard to choose for each theater company in this area, followed by what to look forward to for their first production of 2025. There is a wide range going on here. To begin, early last summer, Lyric Rose Theater staged the landmark rock musical Rent, based around a group of dedicated but struggling artists living in New York City, letting us see into their careers, love lives, and the devastating impact of AIDS. The love from this show jumped off the stage. The first 2025 show for Lyric Rose is A Midsummer Night's Dream, to run for only one weekend in March at the Center for the Arts. This production is a collaboration with the Center and the first time local theater has been on their main stage since their renovation. Back to 2024, the new company House of Fates made its debut with Gold Can't Love You Back, a local original musical set in the Gold Rush and hosted by the Stonehouse Restaurant. Theater can happen anywhere. In the spring of 2024, CATS, that's Community Asian Theater of the Sierras, presented a moving rendition of Snow Falling on Cedars, revealing both the persistent racial tension after World War II and that justice will prevail. CAT's first show in 2025 is Where the Mountain Meets the Moon, where you will see gratitude, mystical creatures, myth, and puppets. Meanwhile, at Off Broad Street 2024, Dracula, no synopsis needed, saw sold-out performances and multiple extensions. Next for Off Broad Street is Beehive in February, a 60s musical of powerful female voices. Back to last December, Legacy Presents regaled us again with another much-loved Christmas show, It's a Wonderful Life. Presented as a radio show, we got to see backstage, including actors changing characters and live sound effects. Last in our lineup is Sierra Stages. In 2024, they produced an amazing production of Glengarry Glen Ross by the eminent wordsmith David Mamet. This show shook with the cutthroat world of highly competitive, sometimes desperate salesmen. For something completely different, Sierra Stage's first show in 2025 is Sense and Sensibility, opening in March. So get ready to love on some Jane Austen. In addition to their main stage series, Sierra Stages also offers the one-night-only, increasingly popular Theater by the Book. Their first 2025 production is A Doll's House Part 2 on January 15th. That's next Wednesday. A Doll's House Part 2 is directed by Laura LeBlue, who is here with us in the studio today to tell us more about Theater by the Book and her next show. Welcome, Laura.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me. So, A Doll's House Part 2, where do I start?
Oh my.
I guess I should start with Part 1, the original.
Late 1800s.
Yes, indeed. So, A Doll's House is a very famous play by Henrik Ibsen that if you studied theater or perhaps were an English major, you absolutely went over this material. Ibsen is credited with kind of kickstarting the modern theatrical movement with this particular story, which shows the evolution of a woman who goes from being kind of your typical, very gender normative, especially for that time, a housewife, into finding her own voice, realizing she wanted more, and in a very radical, incredibly radical for the time, and still somewhat radical today. It ends with her leaving her husband, her home, her children, with a shut, like the shut of a door, and she goes off. She goes off into the world. That is the end of the play. We don't know what happens to her.
Right.
So, A Doll's House Part 2.
But first a second, that slamming of the door.
The slamming of the door is like the slam of the door heard round the world, theatrical and otherwise.
Yeah, and people went wild when that happened.
It caused riots. You know, it similar to the pearl clutching we see, you know, today sometimes.
Right.
It's like, what's going to happen? We're showing a woman taking agency over her life.
Right.
We're showing her making a decision to put her own needs and desires first. And what, you know, oh my goodness, it's a breakdown of modern society. You know, patriarchy was shaking in its boots, you know, throughout the world when this play debuted. So again, it's just, I mean, everything old is new again, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's the same conversation we're having today, different intensity of flavor perhaps, but as we know, women and especially mothers are expected to sacrifice for their families. And, you know, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. We should all but be sacrificing equally. But anyways, that's a diatribe I could go on another time. I think that this play does an amazing job of examining, or maybe not examining, but imagining what would happen if Nora came back 15 years after she shut that door. Right. So within the context or the conceit of the play is that she does return. She has found herself in some legal problems, and in order to resolve these problems, she has to go back and confront her ex-husband, Torvald. And then it continues on from there. I don't want to give any spoilers.
Absolutely not.
You know, but what the play is amazing because as an audience member, you find yourself aligning with the characters as it goes through, and you find yourself shifting allegiances. So Nora comes in, she tells her story, she lets, you know, we learn where she's been, what she's done, why she's done it. And, you know, frankly for me, I'm like, yeah, Team Nora, come on, you know, come on, you go, you live your life. She's created a whole new life for herself. But then we have the conversation when Torvald comes in. Yeah. And suddenly you see his side of the story. You see, you know, what was left behind. And you start to think, well, you know, he's got a point. You know, what is going, and it's just this brilliant dissection of the dynamics of divorce and what happens in the wake of this kind of a familial rupture.
Right.
And it also has a character that's the maid who has been witness to all of this. And then we're also introduced to Emmy, who is Nora's daughter, whom she has never met.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, so it's just, and I have to say, it's funny. This is not, this is not some like, rah, rah, this is not a drudge. This is a crackling, human, emotional story that has beautiful writing, and it also has just so much. It has so much. It has so much. Just humor and lightness to it as well. It's surprising, it's enthralling, and I hope everyone will come and see it.
And how long was Nora gone?
15 years.
So she was a while.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
been gone a while.
Gone a while. Gone for
Right.
long enough for her 3 children to have basically grown up. And her youngest daughter does not know her at all.
Wow.
Can I talk about the actors for a moment?
Sure. And I'd also like for you to tell us a little bit about the format of Theater by the Book.
Wonderful. Okay, great. So first, I just want to, I am so blessed to have the most amazing cast for this reading. I have the amazing Carrie McRae and her husband, Callum Grant, playing Nora and Torvald. So we have a real married husband and wife playing this couple in conflict, and that is a wonderful, it's wonderful because they can work very closely together and trust each other, so they can really, go deep into what that conflict looks like, and they can do it quickly because they know each other and trust. And then we have Lori Holt, who is playing Marianne, who is the maid. And Lori is a longtime, very well-known Bay Area actress who, when I was in San Francisco, I lived in the Bay Area during the 90s and 2000s. She was one of the premier local actors to go to, and is fantastic. I'm glad to have her and have her on the stage. And then we have Andy Schaefer, who was most recently seen as Mary in It's a Wonderful Life.
Nice.
She plays a daughter. So I'm overjoyed with this cast, and I cannot tell you, if anyone who asks me about living in Nevada County, is that the talent here is off the charts. It's ridiculous. We are blessed with so many amazing people, so many amazing actors, and these 4 are the cream of the crop. Yeah.
Yes.
The format.
Yes.
So this is called a Theater by the Book, and it is a staged reading. The actors will have their script in hand, and we will have light blocking. We'll have very suggestive.
So what is blocking if somebody doesn't know what blocking is?
Blocking is just the movement of the actors upon the stage. So as opposed to sometimes when we do Theater by the Book, there are many different forms and formats it can take. Sometimes we just have people read behind a music stand. This one is a little more kinetic. So we will have just a very, again, bare bones set, bare bones costuming, some movement so that, so that you can really get into the interactions of the characters. But what I love about Theater by the Book is that it really allows the audience to fill in all of those blank spaces are filled in by the audience's imagination. So we bring the story, we bring the words, we bring the acting and that emotional underpinning, but the audience brings their imagination, and together it creates what I feel is truly it feels like a full production when you walk out the door.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
It does. I love this series.
Yeah.
And how many performances do you have?
That would be one night only. One night only. So Wednesday, January 15th at the Nevada Theater. It's oh my gosh, if you haven't been there, please come. It's an amazing venue. I fell in love with it when I first moved here, and I'm honored to be able to work in the space whenever I can. So it's it's just one night. It's cheap. It's like $20 and you get this amazing production. Also, this is a quick one too. This is a 90-minute show with no intermission. So we start at 7
That's good to know in
p.m.
advance.
Yeah, it's kind of nice to just get in and get on that roller coaster ride of whatever that play is. And then, it stops and you walk out of the theater and you go, wow, what just happened? And then
Absolutely.
I promise that anyone who comes to see this show will have a lot to think about afterward and a lot to talk about if they bring a friend.
And that is a fabulous cast. Thank you, Laura.
Thank you.
So, come to the Nevada Theater next Wednesday, January 15th at 7 o'clock for A Doll's House Part 2. And we'll see what Nora does next. That's it for today. Keep your calendars ready and see you at the theater.